Andrew Wiggins is saving the Golden State Warriors. Now with the NBA Finals going on, we've seen a lot of things happen, and it's been mostly a Steph Curry masterclass and just proving why he's going to go down as one of the best players to ever play in the NBA. But Game 5 was Steph Curry's worst game of the playoffs, and the man shot like 0 for 9 from 3 and was just overall shut down by the Boston Celtics. However, many could argue if it wasn't for Andrew Wiggins having his best performance of the playoffs with 26 points and I believe 15 rebounds, then they wouldn't have won that game. In fact, Andrew Wiggins this whole series has been a very different player than we've seen in the past. He's been utilized different. He's mainly been a priority on defense, and he's been able to get a lot of rebounds, and he hasn't been forced to score a lot of points. And because of that, the Warriors have had a lot of success during these playoffs and mostly the NBA Finals. In fact, if we look statistically, Andrew Wiggins is averaging more rebounds, and while stuff like his points are nearly the same and his field goal percentage is a little bit up, it's important to note that he's actually impacting the game, especially, and I need to say especially, on the defensive end. Now the thing about the Warriors, and I've said this multiple times, is that you can guard Steph Curry. It's going to be a very hard challenge, but there are ways to shut down Steph Curry. However, you can't really do that to a team like this, not only because of the talent the Warriors have, but because the Warriors ball movement is the best that I've ever seen in the NBA. That's why I would almost never want to double Steph Curry, because the ball movement is insane, and if you're having two guys go on one, well, it's gonna leave someone open. And if you can't rotate fast enough, or you're not sure where the other guy is because of the pass, then you're not in a good situation. And even if you want to look at a talent standpoint, the Warriors have guys like Jordan Poole and Klay Thompson and Andrew Wiggins that can shoot from the perimeter. Or if you need someone to cut to the basket, you got a guy like Kevon Looney or Draymond Green, and I didn't even account all the other role players with guys like Otto Porter. The point is that you can't just put your attention on one guy and expect to fully stop the Warriors, which is why in basketball you can't just guard one person and expect to stop the whole entire offense. Sure, Steph Curry can do other things besides scoring like playmaking, but he also has other guys on the team that can do all those things. Now I'll be honest, me and a lot of YouTubers have been very critical about Andrew Wiggins, and I honestly still feel this way. In fact, I've been called an Andrew Wiggins hater, which I'm not even gonna blame you for that because it really does look like that. But I'm gonna give Andrew Wiggins his credit right here because he fully does deserve it. He's been a very key piece to the Warriors during this finals run. Game 5 was easily the most important game the Warriors could have won, because with now of all the momentum on your side in a Game 6 situation where you could end the series right now, so the fact that the Warriors were able to find a way to utilize him different in a key situation, and the fact that Wiggins was able to capitalize on those and make opportunities for himself is very important. Now, I'm no high school or NBA coach in any way, shape, or form, so don't get it twisted, but I know a lot of coaches that would like a guy like Andrew Wiggins with the way he's playing. Truth is you don't always have to be an ISO scorer and someone that's just gonna take the whole entire load. Pause. If you ask me, I think Andrew Wiggins is either the 4th or 5th best player on this team, but honestly, that's okay because this Warriors team is so damn deadly, so it's okay to be the 4th best player on this one team. Steph Curry, Jordan Poole, and Klay Thompson easily are 1, 2, and 3, and it's not even close. Some people might put Andrew Wiggins over Klay Thompson, but to be honest, I still think Klay Thompson does hold a very important value to the Warriors and their offense as a whole. In fact, only in Game 6 am I going to put Klay Thompson over Steph Curry.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Like I said, it's not bad to be the 4th best player on this team. However, if you want to look at the finals as a whole, not just the whole entire playoffs, I might put Wiggins at 2 because Jordan Poole has been somewhat inconsistent during the finals, and to be honest, Andrew Wiggins has produced so much. If it wasn't for Wiggins' defense and him scoring at least 15 to 20 points during this time period, I think the Celtics would be doing a lot better and might actually be up. Now let me just say this before I get the comments. No, I'm not saying Andrew Wiggins should win Finals MVP, and I swear to God, if he does win Finals MVP over Steph Curry, I'm gonna break my computer. This isn't like an Andre Iguodala situation where Iguodala won because of his defense, which actually was not fully true because there's a lot of context, and on the stats, LeBron averaged like a 30-point triple-double. But regardless of that, I just don't think Andrew Wiggins should win it, even though, like I said, he's done so many things for the Warriors, but Steph Curry is the reason why they're there. If Steph Curry got injured tonight and was out for the entire series, there is a very good chance this Warriors team does not win. And I don't just mean Game 6, I mean the entire finals as a whole. Even with all the talent they have, Steph Curry is just that great where he's always going to impact this team in a good way. So me saying that Andrew Wiggins should not win finals MVP should not be taken as a diss or me being a hater, because I think almost every single basketball fan should agree that if the Warriors do win, that he should win finals MVP. In fact, there's a group of people even saying if the Celtics were to win, he should still win the MVP, because there's no question who's been the best player during this series. Now, even though I've said so many good things about Andrew Wiggins, do I think this is going to be just a run, or do I think this could go into next season and build momentum? Because let's just not forget that Andrew Wiggins this year was an NBA All-Star. In fact, he was an NBA All-Star starter. So maybe he's going to come off this season, realize what he's really good at, and maybe he'll go into next season and do even better. He's not going to be a 20 points per game plus scorer, but he could be someone that averages about 15 and 7 or 15 and 10. Mind you, while being a small forward and also being someone that's going to be very efficient on defense, and also could be utilized in a situation where Steph Curry or Jordan Poole or other guys just aren't scoring the basketball. He could maybe get some scoring in. So is there a possibility he learns everything from this final series and take it into next year and improve? Well, no. Even with everything I mentioned, and while in theory all that stuff definitely could happen and it wouldn't fully surprise me, I don't think Andrew Wiggins would do that. I think he's still someone that does want to score the basketball. However, he wants to win a finals ring, so obviously he's gonna do what he can in this series. So once this series is over, is he gonna think that he's better than the way he was being utilized and try to force shots and just be someone that's not at all the way he's been during the series? Also, number 2, I'd like to remind you guys that this is a number 1 pick. This is someone that was literally being named Maple Jordan. He was traded for Kevin Love, which basically to most people solidified LeBron back to Cleveland, even though behind the scenes it was already in place. So when we look at someone that's a number 1 pick and had all these expectations, yeah, this really isn't that good. And I also don't want to let a small run define Andrew Wiggins as a player, which I would say in a positive and negative way, even for other players. I mean, literally watch the entire bubble. There was a week span where we thought TJ Warren was the second coming of Michael Jordan, and Bobo looked like a better version of Kevin Durant, which obviously both of those things are definitely not true. And this also does tie into a problem I have with the NBA playoffs as a whole, which NBA fans are so short term, and one game a player could do great and he's called amazing, and the next game he could do bad and he's being called the worst thing since pineapple on pizza. So Andrew Wiggins might be seen at a higher value right now, and maybe he's gonna produce next season, but I'm sorry, I'm not gonna go off 1 week of games and just say, oh, he's really good now. But like I've said in the past, I want these players to prove me wrong. If I say a take about someone in a negative way, I want them to prove me wrong and do good. So if Andrew Wiggins next year has an okay scoring year, around 15 points per game, which actually is his normal, and be a lot better at rebounding and being more efficient on defense, then that's really good for him. But I don't want to look at this one run and just say, oh, now Andrew Wiggins is this great player when we've been criticizing him for years. There's a video on the screen right now talking about when Steph Curry gets mad and everyone shows it, which did recap his amazing Game 4 performance. Other than that, I'll see y'all boys later.